Thank you everyone for joining in. So I'll do the formalities. We'll go through a quick intro and try to get into things as fast as possible. But as you all know, this is the 40K Formula workshop. Some of you may have done this workshop before. I know a couple of you have, but there's a lot of you who are new for the first time. So we'll click through here, Paul. So we just got a couple of ground rules that we usually like to cover. So 3 must-dos, kind of things that we want you to do just to get the most out of the session today. So first is obviously lock in. So you guys know kind of how long this thing runs for. If you can, try and get rid of as many distractions as possible. We understand, people have families and kids and dogs and things like that. That's no problem. Just try and put away about 60 minutes as possible of concentration. Try and be seen, which means have your webcam on. We'd love to see faces, especially when we give feedback. It's a lot nicer for us to have that conversation that way and have a chat. Lastly, we're going to be asking questions throughout. And it's really helpful to us if you guys can use the chat to answer. Usually it's yes or no. That way we know everyone's on board, understanding everything, and we can kind of move forward. So I'll leave a quick, did everyone get that? If yes, leave a yes. If no, I'll re-explain it if I need be, but there's a little bit of a test if we're all listening.
All
Yes, from
good.
Vanessa, perfect, Melissa, Wanda. Yeah, awesome, guys. All right, good crowd. All right.
Got a good.
All right, cool. So there's a few goals for today's workshop. First is to show you guys how to convert more browsers into buyers. Obviously, like the more conversion, the higher your conversion rate, the more sales you're going to make. And that's something that we try and help everyone with using our high converting framework. Second is to nail paid ads. A lot of people here use agencies that don't give them good results, or they've tried to run them themselves and are struggling to just be profitable with ads. We're going to show you what we do to get profitable ad spend as well. And lastly is to help you create what we call a pathway to profit, which is breaking down your growth into actionable plans and what you need to work on over a 90, 180, 270, and 360 day plan over the next year. So let's go to the next slide. And there's usually a couple of questions that we get when we go through the kind of strategies that we talk about. And it's usually going to be, will this work for me? Because people have, obviously, everyone has different kinds of businesses, even though it's all e-commerce. But the kind of fact is that we do these strategies with so many different niches. There's only a few that we don't really work with, and typically they're taboo. So yes, it does work with just about every single e-commerce industry. Will it work at my size? Funny thing here is that the same principles that we usually teach for people who are just starting out are the same principles that we apply for people who are already doing 50 or 100K per month and want to scale. It's just that we apply it at a little bit of a different level. And lastly is, will it work now? So again, everything that we're going to teach you today is broken down from what we are doing right now with probably over 20 to 30 clients at the moment, plus another probably 50 people in our coaching community. And it's all the strategies that we're using right now to get them results is what we're going to be showing you. So yeah, it works now. It's not some outdated thing from 2017. Let's go. Yeah, next. And quickly, who this is for. So there's a few people that we really think can benefit a lot out of this. And it's usually going to be Shopify store owners who are passionate about the products that they sell. We're really, really, really big on people selling things that they enjoy, that are good for the planet, good for the environment, good for people, and that they can get out of bed being excited to work on. Secondly, people who feel overwhelmed in business. Obviously, a lot of people get into e-commerce as, usually starts as a side project and turns into something a bit bigger, and it becomes a little bit overwhelming. There's probably more than they thought was going to be involved in it. And we're trying to help you guys focus and get rid of that overwhelm by really nailing down into specific actions that you need to make to see growth. And lastly, obviously, we're all in business because we want to make money. Too many of us make some revenue, but then pay it all to our staff and the ACO, and by the end of the month, there's nothing there for us to take home. That's not going to get you a successful business. That's just going to get you burnt out. So on to the next. And quickly, why you should listen. Well, I'm doing this for Paul, but this is kind of like a why you should listen to Paul. Basically, I'll just summarize this quickly. Paul's been doing this for over 20 years at a high level. Everything that he teaches comes from his direct experience in running one of the first hardware tech stores in Australia online, selling about 40 million in products before selling it to an ASX listed company. Obviously, he runs his agency and the coaching community where everything he's learned is now applied in what he teaches, and all the results we see are from what he teaches. So just to put it shortly, we're what we teach is what we do. So it's all real stuff, and that's why you should listen to Paul, because it's all real.
And Chris as well, and you, and the other 10.
Course, all of us, but you're the man.
There.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So a couple more things. Paul doesn't like doing this because he doesn't like bragging, but Obviously, Paul's had a few achievements. I'm not going to go through them too much, but you can look through these quickly. These are all things that he's managed to do. And then from this experience, he's able to actually take this and then show you guys how he was able to do it, all the problems he came into, all the solutions he came up with. Because funnily enough, everyone's going to experience the same stuff. Everyone who comes into e-commerce will find the same problems, and you just need to know the solutions to them. And that's kind of like what we're trying to bring to you guys. Go ahead.
There you go.
I already said this bit.
Sorry, I said this. There you go.
Yeah. So just again, we want to show you guys what you probably are aiming for is very, very possible. So we're just going to go through a couple quick testimonials. Chris and Sarah Haynes, lovely couple. They own a toy store. They have a beautiful daughter, Elsie, and they wanted to build this amazing toy business that she could be proud of. And when they came to us, they're doing about 50K a month, I think. It's been ages. This is actually old what you're seeing now, but we helped them change their website so it's converting much better. We helped them change their digital strategy to get better traffic. And I think just last December, they did about 300K that month alone. So they're crushing it. And one of the best things that they've been able to do is actually take a week break. This was last year. I'd love to get an update about this year as well. But they're able to take a week break with their family, which they haven't been able to do in years, just because having a business that can, be run without you always being there can allow you to have these sort of flexibilities and, do these lovely things. So they're doing awesome. We'll go to the next one.
Well, like you said, I think just to add something to this, yeah, they did in November and December and partway through the month before, they did nearly 500K, I think it was. So they did like half from when they joined, they did a massive number. So just in that 3-month period.
Yeah, beautiful.
Same as those guys that you can talk about.
Yeah, Landon and Narelle, again, another lovely couple that's been working with us for a while. Same thing. We tackled their website, tackled their branding communication, tackled the digital strategy. We managed to take it. I mean, I can't actually remember what they're at when they came in, but they went from very much struggling and needing a helping hand to now they're absolutely thriving. They live in that bus you can see in the top right. That's their real bus. It's their house. So these guys are nomads. They basically drive around Australia, running the business from there, living the life that they've always wanted to, which is really awesome. And we love supporting them on that journey. We'll go to the next one.
Yep. They did 30K when they joined. They were doing 30K a month, and they did 380K in the last 90 days.
Beautiful. Cool. And guys, there is an unhidden agenda here. Like, I'm going to be very transparent about this. Obviously, we are always looking for our next success stories. We know there's a lot of people out there who want the right help. And our mission is to be able to help as many people as possible. And this workshop is just a really awesome way for us to be able to meet a lot of you and show you what is working right now and kind of let you understand that there are ways to be able to hit those goals that you want, see that growth that you really desire, and try to be the ones that kind of give the correct path and fix this industry. Because we know, like we already spoke to some people here today, they've worked with agencies that are just like not doing them justice, and it's something that we're trying to change. So one thing I'm going to ask you for permission, guys, is at the end of this workshop, we do have an offer that we believe is an absolute game changer for you guys. And if you're okay with it, I just want you to leave it.
This is why I hate the Springer Spaniel.
We'll make sure we're muted here.
That was.
Yeah, all good. So, guys, just drop a yes if you're okay at the end of this workshop, after we deliver all the value, for us to offer you something that we think will be really awesome for your business. Beautiful. Yes from Vinda. Yes from Justin. Yes from Wanda. Awesome. Vanessa, Melissa. Beautiful. Juan. Yes. Perfect. All right. Love to hear it. All right. Let's get into it. I think we've got a couple quick things here. Also, this is just something, guys, it's going to help us to identify when we give you a bit of feedback, identify the kind of problems you might be facing. So there are a few different stages in an e-commerce journey. You'll see here we got the startup, which is kind of that 0 to 10K per month, setup, which is 10 to 25K, grow up 25 to 50K, scale up, which is really 50K to 100K onwards. So if you're happy to share that, let us know what stage of your business you're at. So when we give you feedback, we kind of understand exactly like it's a little bit deeper on what your problems might be. We got startup, awesome, perfect. Setup, yep, awesome. All right, really appreciate you guys sharing this with us. Really awesome audience so far. Cool, Dale's 50K. Damn, just let it rip. Thank you, Dale. All right, let's go. Started just, no worries, mates. Perfect. One last quick case study we'll throw in is Regan and Dan. These guys, we really love because they just make steak sauces, and they're just kind of like, they remind me of my parents. They just have this awesome product. They were selling it at oh my God, I'm going blank here, but the little stores, they're going to like the little festival stores. Market. They've gone
Yeah.
around to markets selling their sauces. People loved it, and they knew they had a product that really it was there. Like people, they knew the demand was there, but they just didn't know how to get it out there and make this business really grow its legs. They knew that online was the way, so they came to us. They're doing about 10K per month, just in those sales alone, and we're like, all right, let's get you a really nice website and fix your digital strategy. Just get traffic to it, and you're going to grow like that. And lo and behold, I mean, you can see the growth there was pretty quick. They're seeing 50K months within, I think, just 2 months after making those changes, which is really awesome. And it's a testament to how quickly things can turn around if you do implement the things that we're going to teach you today.
I'm looking at their data now. They've done nearly 400K in the last like 8 months or something. So,
Damn. Awesome.
hey.
Awesome.
Cool.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Hand it over to you, Paul.
Yeah, cool. So what we're going to talk about today is our more orders model. And I'll get Chris to jump in here every now and then and help out. So basically what the more orders model is, there's three components to growing an e-com business. So there's how your store converts, and then there's how your story kind of connects with your audience, and then there's the overall strategy and control that you do. So when we talk about converting, we talk about, do you have a website that actually converts? When it comes to a compelling brand story, it's like, how do you communicate about that? And then strategy and control is how you actually kind of, what you do from a digital marketing point of view. Do you want to add anything to that, Chris McLean?
Yeah, no, that sounds right. The store story strategy. The strategy aspect is your digital marketing plan, but it's also the step-by-step game plan, which is what we're showing you here, what we call the fast path plan. It's the where I'm here and what's the next best step I need to take to fix what's broken in my business, build the things I don't have, grow what's working, or make big transformational moves. Which is what, Paul, you're muted, by the way.
Good job. So we're going to actually do this for someone on the call now. We're going to show you, we'll try and show you what sort of issues you've got with why your site is not built to convert. Chris and I will work on why your brand is not built to have actually really good brand messaging strategy. And then we're going to try and tie it together for you from an actual digital marketing perspective, right? So I'll turn off screen share for a second. So have you got anyone in mind, Chris, that you kind of want to
let's have a look at Aesthetica, Wonder Aesthetica.
All right, give me a second.
Aesthetica.com.au.
Is it in there as well? So
just at the bottom there.
Hang on one sec.
I wonder if you want to unmute, you can just kind of give us a bit of an introduction to yourself and the business.
Give us a bit of a background on the brand would be good as well.
Oh, thanks, guys. I really appreciate it. I've been in business for a year. So you can see Aesthetica here. I started, that's me actually on the left. It's quite economical to put yourself in as a model. And I was gifted a makeup bag by my daughter. And I think she was just apologizing, saying, Mum, there's nothing on the market that's sort of vegan, that's luxury, that's something different. And so she said, why don't we start to, design something? And here we are a year later with the brand.
Right.
My issue is that it hasn't been converting.
Okay.
I know I'm in the startup phase, but yeah, obviously there's a lot to learn, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're doing a lot right. I mean, you've got a beautiful website, like great products. To me, things that are kind of missing, if I go straight into what's missing as soon as I land on the website, meet the perfect makeup bag. I mean, Chris, you can chime in as you wish with this, but that sounds good. So Australian design for women who want more space, more access, more choice, more. I mean, again, I'm obviously not your market. However, I'm wondering if that's the first thing that women think about when they land on a website like yours. They're like, I want more. Like, is that really what they're thinking about? Or is it a case of, I want something that's different to everything else on the market? Like you dropped a few words in there. You said things like, it's vegan friendly and it's, probably not made of animal products and blah, blah, blah. I reckon there's something missing from that sentence. Like, that's very long and very wordy, and I don't think that's it.
To be fair, I can see you've updated that since yesterday when we chatted one time. that was different yesterday. So I like the one that was there yesterday was more describing what it was. It's like it's vegan and it's puffy and it was a bit more descriptive. This is kind of going more to what we were talking about. It's more of Like, why should I want to buy this? Who is it for me? Like, do I feel like this is for me? And I mean, am I getting the essence of why is this different to the one I can buy from Kmart or Big W or whatever else, right? So that essence, that positioning is ultimately what we want to capture here between the H1 and the H2. So the H1, the headline one, meet the perfect makeup bag. That's pretty solid. There could be something in there where potentially the word perfect could be something else, something that describes it in a more unique way. But you know, makeup bags in there, that's good for your SEO. Makeup bag is what it is. It's perfect, kind of gives me an idea that it is. So it's not, it's pretty solid. But I think that H2 wants to go a bit more into like those benefits.
It's why it's perfect though. So is there a certain type of well, lady or men that will buy this product though? Like if you done much work around, here is our avatar. It is this person, she's 25 to 35. She probably is a high income earner. She obviously likes da 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 da. Have you done a bit of work around that?
A lot of work.
Okay. Can you describe that person to us?
Yeah, the first one, probably 25 to 35, goes to Pilates, wears like Stacks, which is sort of premium but not too high end. Loves their, matcha lattes.
Is that like Tammy
income.
H? Is that her name? I think it is. Is that Tammy something? Is that that Tammy lady that that brand Stacks you spoke about? I forget her
Oh
name.
no, that's Tammy Hembro. She has a different brand.
Okay.
That's the other girl is forgotten her name. That's her name, but yes.
Okay. All good. Yeah.
But they're the founders. But yes, both have amazing brands. But yeah, so this will be a working modern woman, professional. Likes to go out. Goes to places like Asia or Zimmerman, and yeah, likes to entertain. So somebody that's a bit more modern, has a busy lifestyle, loves to travel, go out with girls, sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. It sounds very broad to me, that audience. Like that's a huge, very broad audience. I'm like, how do we make it more specific? So what I mean by that, for example, if you go to, like let's go to I don't know, one of our clients' website, like Zero Grid, for example, that Chris mentioned, you go, who are we targeting? You go families, husband and wife, usually that want to live off grid, and they're this old and they're this income and blah, blah, blah. It's very specific, much like, this brand, and these guys sell toys, right? But you go, okay, these are premium toys and you shop there and you're gonna, like literally as it says, unleash your imagination at a toy store where every toy tells a tale. You feel like you're at a different type of toy shop and you're a different type of parent who buys from them. So what we need to happen for you is to go, you can obviously buy makeup bags at thousands of millions of locations, right? But it's like, why is it different when they buy it from you? And think of it like this, like what kind of community are they joining when they buy your product? I think that's the most important thing that's probably missing from this. So this is a terrible example, but remember when everyone went nuts and they bought those bloody big cups? What are they called?
Family cups?
No, the cups overseas. Stanley,
Family
what I
cups.
mean? It was a very specific type of person that bought that and wanted heaps of them and took photos of them and blah, 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 blah. And they felt like they were a part of this big movement. Everyone's got one. I've got a Stanley cup. Like, congratulations. Everyone else thought whatever, they don't care. But it's like, if we put all of your audience into a community, it's like, what does that community look like and what does it feel like, as opposed to just the traditional kind of, they make this much money and they wear these kind of brands, because if you think about it, there's a certain type of person who wears a Rolex and that certain type of person hangs out in certain types of communities. Certain type of person wears Gucci, hangs out in certain type of communities. See how they've got community aspects around them? There's literally like Facebook groups for all of these brands, right? So to me, that's, again, if I was going to buy this for my wife, and she's 33 and I'm like, and she would love this. I reckon she'd love your product. But I'm like, if I'm buying it for her, what kind of vibe, what kind of community is she actually joining?
Got it.
No.
So how do
Do you
you,
want to
does that come across then? How do you get that across?
I'm trying to think.
You are doing it visually. I think like visually, I kind of get
Like
the
here,
vibe.
Probably
there's a
the
vibe.
wording.
I'm getting the vibe of it. Like if that's me, I kind of do like visually, you're seeing the type of person, but I think it's describing that type of woman. Like who is she? And the biggest thing I think, as I mentioned yesterday, what's the problem?
Yeah.
What's the problem that this solves? If I buy this, it's going to solve this massive challenge in my life that I haven't been able to fix yet. And like you said, like why you started this business, that's probably a good indication of what the problem is. The
Yeah.
ones at Kmart are crappy. They don't have enough pockets. They're not vegan friendly.
Yeah.
Is the vegan friendly thing a big piece? Like, does that bring the audience down to people that want to shop vegan? Right? Is it that sort of niche, or is that just a nice, is that a big aspect of the brand, or is that just like a nice social cue? How big a piece of the brand is the vegan friendly aspect? And that'll come down to your values and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we did a lot of work on that. I definitely didn't want any animal products with the brand. So I wanted somebody like Stella McCartney, who in the UK is known for her ethical stance when it comes to fashion, and it's not fast fashion. So, we wanted to recreate that here in Australia. But yeah, it's
See, those things, if as we scroll down the site too, those things are kind of missing. So we call those like trust icons, right? So you've got these big mainstream media kind of like things that are, they're also trust icons. People look at them and go, great, I know those things. They must be endorsing our brand. But you need stuff kind of like this as well, so not necessarily the same as that, but like what are the three things as you scroll down your website? You're like, it is, we give back to charity, we do not use animals, we tick tick tick, and whatever those three things are, they need to go right front and center here.
okay. So now I've put them down the bottom, so they need to be moved up.
Yeah, they've got to go above the fold. So
okay, got it.
you're talking about these things?
No, I had different ones. It was vegan, animal kind. It might be on a different page. So
yeah, okay, righto. I mean, these things are good, but they're in the wrong location, and these things here aren't trust icons. So if you want to show me where they are, but it's, they're the three real big things that you think about. So like me as a parent, when I go and I want to buy toys for my kids, I go, okay, handpicked from Chris and Sarah's heart. So this is Chris and Sarah, obviously. I go, she's helping me pick the presents for my kids. I'm like, that's great. I don't need to go to the local toy store and deal with a 15-year-old kid going, hey, I want a good present for my troop. They don't know what's going on, right? And then expert guidance. I'm like, I want that. I want the best stuff for my kids, So same with Narelle and Landon, they probably have something similar, like Landon is a Sparky. So I'll go, okay, I'm going to buy from him because he's an electrician, through Aussie support. I'm not going to get handed off overseas. So there's going to be 3 or 4 things or a bunch of different things where people go, that's what I was thinking about. And there are also objections. People go, I won't buy if I don't read that thing.
yeah.
All right. So, so that's one thing. What else is going on here? So you've got products on the homepage. That's good. You probably want to change add the cart button so people can see them. Like when you mouse over, make it a button. That's going to cause issues with your conversion. You got reviews coming through pretty good. You got like 9 reviews, 1 review. That's good. You got some good volume coming through. Heaps of good products. Like your product photography and the model photography, everything is like fantastic. That looks great. If we go to, what's your best selling product at the moment on the site? One of these ones, I would assume. Okay. So you've got reviews, you've got, what you're missing from this page is what we call meta field benefits. So meta field benefits is text that goes in here, and it's just like 3 or 4 things that get repeated, like what was on the front page, and it says like, you should buy the product because of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things, right? And then it will help with your sales process. You also want to have a short description. You don't have a short description on here as well. So like, hey, this is our award-winning pink makeup bag. It's loved by, Chris McQueen. You might have heard of her, and blah, blah, blah. And, these kind of things and whatever else people are going to get excited about when they're reading it. I would have your first photo of actually of people using the product and smiling and loving the product. Like, because people go, they're looking at it and like, great, yeah, I want to feel like that. So I know you've got these. These are fine. Just change that out. I don't know what bundle app you're using, but this is a bit clunky. Shipping and information is kind of in the wrong spot. So you should have this by default, that should be shrunk. And all of your shipping information should be up higher. Because I can't see, I've got same day dispatch, free worldwide shipping. Just having shipping and logistics information up higher, it's one of the biggest friction points during the checkout process. That's important to move that. I don't know about this. I think this looks clunky to me. Do you know if many people are using this particular add-on bundle that you're using?
Yeah, it's Bogos, Bogos, the app.
Okay. Yep.
It was
Yeah, and you're using it? They're not complaining about it?
but like obviously there's so many of them.
There's so many of it. Yeah, and they all have issues. Like I haven't found any of them that are actually really that good. So
My next question, what do you recommend?
they're all crap, basically, if I'm being honest. None of them are that good.
I think I said to someone the other day, they all do about 80% of the thing that you want, but it's never the same 80%.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, because I was asked if we could do mix and match of different items, and that was like one of the only apps that I found.
Right. Okay. Yeah. There's a few. Look at So Easy, Quickify. They're decent. But like I said, none of them that great.
Yeah.
Let's walk down in here. I would have way more. Like I would have changed this so it's a video as well of people using the product in the video as your second image. What else do we have in here? You've got social proof. I mean, that's it's okay. If we go to a collection page, so do you not have collections where people can search by like, makeup bag? Is that hidden somewhere? Where's that?
I
Like,
think you've done it by color. Your collections are kind of by colors. Pink,
so
black.
you don't actually have a section of pink makeup bag, righto. Yeah, this is not bad from an SEO perspective though. You're missing some super basic stuff, like you don't have a H1 tag on the homepage. So as an example, this is a H1 tag. See how I land on the page? That's what we call H1. Google needs to know what the page is about. So this should say like pink makeup bags.
Yeah.
So theoretically, you should have, whatever color makeup bags you've got, you should have a collection for each of them. Pink, black, like whatever other, do you have other colors?
Yeah.
Black, blush, white, you can see across the navigation.
Yeah. Right there. So you've got white as well. Yeah. So, I mean, and then your description should be about 300, 400 words. It could be down the bottom of the page, but if you want to ever rank for this, you need more text on this page. There's not enough text on here at the moment. That's from an SEO point of view. Other things we've got on here, again, you can't order from this page. You also can't order, what else do we want to do on here?
There is add to cart, but it doesn't hover. It doesn't have like a hover state.
Yeah, there's no hover state or anything. Would people wouldn't have the need to filter by the types of bag at all? So for example, they could filter by the size, or they could filter by the type of zip, or they could filter by other things. Like, is there a reason you haven't given people the option to do that?
Oh, I guess because it was so small, I only had pink, and just before Christmas, I came out with the other 4 colors. So I literally only have 3 things on my website.
Right, got it. Okay then. Yeah, it's probably okay then, I guess in that case. Alrighty. What else do you want to do?
One kind of overarching piece for me, and obviously, like I am not this market.
Yeah, sure.
Give me the use case. Like, is this for home? Is this for traveling? Is this for both? Is it for what's the diff? Like, why would I get a clutch versus a biggie versus a homie? Like that thing's not quite clear to me. Like, why do I want it? What's that?
Okay, mainly it's for home, but also traveling because it's lightweight. It's different sizes. It's matching. It's just a different and opens up flat to all the other ones that are sort of, you've got to unzip it and then try and find everything, where these all come with a flat base. So that's something unique, but it's, most people are using it just at home, but it's perfect for travel at the same time.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So I mean, there's some features in there that, I know you had those in there, sort of in the H2, but I think making a bigger story around those uniquenesses, like it opens flat. If that's a big problem, that sounds like a big feature.
Yeah.
That needs to be spoken about a bit more. The vegan aspect, if that's important to the market. I mean, no one's going to say no to that, I don't think, these days. But is that a specific kind of positioning piece? Is it a nice to have?
Where are you using Judge Me to handle your reviews? Because this is not working properly at the moment. You should be able to click that and it should scroll down there as well and show you all of those reviews.
I changed from Judge Me to Okendo. Is it Okendo?
And yeah, it's pretty expensive and overpriced.
It's
And
so expensive. So I've just sort of, I was trialing and
you don't need it. It's so expensive. I mean, good Aussie company, but you don't need it.
No.
It's kind of not working either.
No. So Judge Me was free anyway.
Yeah.
I think I wanted to change because of the Google reviews, but I don't have enough Google reviews for it to come across.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. There's still stuff missing from this page that I think is probably important. Again, like Chris said, you definitely need more explanation about the pointer difference. So, the USP, the pointer difference, why I need this. Also, like, what happens if let me read before I say something, but like a satisfaction guarantee, for example, like try it. If you don't love it, send it back. No one's ever going to send it back anyway. But making things like that, like super in your face, that, try it for 30 days, send it back. If you don't love it, we'll give you your money back. That will do wonders for your conversion. Even putting that as on the image itself, so like 30-day love it or return it, blah, blah, blah. An image on there that says this is a bestseller. I know we're in the bestseller section, but people, bestseller section, great, 100 sold or whatever the other really important things are, because you kind of you got a bit of wasted real estate here at the moment that you could be capitalizing on. Trying to think what else you want to add in here.
Don't you have to be careful with writing on the picture?
Yeah, Google. Yeah, but when you use Google, like Sim Process, you can make Google load the second image into a Google ad, so that handles that issue anyway.
That's handy.
That's handy. You should know that.
I wonder if there's something in the couple things. So like award-winning pink makeup bag sounds kind of cool, but is it more about award-winning like flat pack or open flat makeup bag, or like what's the, like, clearly it's pink because I can see it's pink. Is there a descriptor that's like, if someone's looking for or is it vegan makeup bag? Is it ethical makeup bag? Is it, I don't know if you call it flat base makeup bag? Something that kind of goes descriptive to what it actually, like, what are one of the big benefits of it? Because that'll also help in your SEO to kind of niche down to the woman who's looking for that type of solution.
Yeah.
Not sure how many people search pink makeup bag.
I can tell you. So what's the award that it's actually won though?
Clean and Conscious Awards for fashion accessories. So because it's plant-based leather, there hasn't been an Australian one designed before.
Oh, right. Okay.
So pink plant-based leather makeup bag. Right, is a better descriptor for something like that. That's pretty unique. It's not just a pink makeup bag anymore. Now it's an award-winning plant-based leather makeup bag.
So there's 320 people a month. For those of you that don't know, this tool is called SEMrush. Basically lets me look at what kind of search volume exists for that particular keyword, right? So if we come down here, it says volume, that means there's roughly 390 people a month who search for that particular keyword. So what Wanda wants to do is actually rank for keywords that people are searching. So, we'll test this for in a second. So what did you say, Chris? What was your phrase that you used?
Pink plant-based leather makeup bag. What is plant-based leather makeup bag?
Makeup bag. What's start there?
If it's a new, I mean, plant-based makeup's going to be a whole different category though.
Bag.
And if this is new, there might not be volume because it's a new thing.
So, for example, nobody in Australia searches for that particular phrase at all. So where you want to start is you go, what are they searching for? Because over time you want to rank for that particular thing. If you look at this site, you go, okay, well, how many people search for balance bikes a month, right? And it's probably going to be, I don't know, like we'll see in a second. Usually you double this number. So 3,000 people a month search for that. So it makes heaps of sense that they should have a collection called that on their website.
Yeah.
So what you need to find is you got to go, well, I want to rank for something that I'm going to rank for, and there's not heaps of competitors who are already ranking for it. So maybe like the other thing Chris said was vegan makeup bag, potentially. So, it's still 20, it's still super low search volume. So one of your challenges is going to be, what is the phrase that people actually search for? Because if you can't find that, you're not going to be able to
Just
run
makeup
ads.
bags and
Yeah.
luxury makeup bag and designer makeup bag.
I don't think it's going to be that though. No, something's wrong with this. It's not going to work now. But there's too much competition, so you've got to stand out differently from that. So
Would
we can.
Australian be, because I know a lot of people want Australian, right? Is that something? Is it Australian made?
No, it's Australian designed, but it's not made.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be that phrase. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting one if I'm being honest. But I mean, either way, like mentioning the awards and so forth. Even on the front page, like you communicate. Great. Is there a video of you on the website going, "Hey, it's me here, and I want to talk about the product"? And is that
No.
anywhere? Is it hidden away somewhere?
No, but somebody mentioned that through Tolstoy that it's a good thing to do. You can have it
Yeah.
on the front page as a
Yeah,
pop-up.
yeah, absolutely. Like you've got this lady here. Is this Tolstoy, this app that you're using now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Tolstoy.
okay. Yeah, I think Tolstoy can be used more efficiently as well, where it can pop out from the left-hand side and it's like play straight away and you can hear it and so forth. But absolutely, but put it up higher. As soon as I land on the site, like front and center here, the three things in a video. This is why this product exists. Da, 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 da. This is why we've made it as a video.
Got it.
What we might do now, I don't know if this is going to work. I'll try. I'll share my iPad and my tablet. So hopefully the battery is not dead. Give me a second. So get out of that. We'll try and put together like a marketing plan for you. I think this is pretty valuable. Hopefully this works. Give us a sec. Last time I did this, I came in and my children had stolen my mouse pad thing. My pen wouldn't work, so that was good. Presenting. All right, let me know if you can see this. So first I'm going to just delete this and I'll turn this like this. All right, so this is what we call our...
You dropped off.
That
You
worked.
were on, but you just disappeared.
It's my first time on the internet. Hang on, I'll try again. Whiteboards. All right, here we go.
Yep, we're back.
We're back. Good. So there we go. Now, if I was going to do a digital strategy for this business, talk to me about what you're doing at the moment from a marketing perspective. Like, what you're doing, Google ads, meta ads, SEO, anything?
Yeah, I have meta ads running. I've got an Advantage Plus campaign.
Okay.
Doesn't have a lot of data, but it's now starting in the last week. We've only put it on and it's had like 24 add to carts, but no conversions. So
wow.
That for me is good, a good indicator. I have a top of funnel ad as well. And then I've got Google ads running a shopping campaign.
Right. You've got
24 carts and no purchases is
it's because your shopping cart has way too many decisions that need to be made inside of it. Simplify it. I'm looking at on my screen. There's like 400 things I could click in your cart drawer. So for those of you that don't know what a cart drawer is, when I added the product to Wanda's cart, it just like loads and there's like you can click this. There's too much decisions.
Yeah, add the bundle, add the mix and match, do the thing, get a discount.
Yeah, I might so strip all that back. You're using Monster apps?
No.
No? Which one are you using?
Upsell? Is it
Okay.
Upsell? Cart.
Even things like shipping protection. I hate like these apps use shipping protection. I think it's a rot. And I've tested it a lot. People hate it. So, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 other things I could click. So definitely take that out. Yeah. What else are you doing at the moment? So meta ads.
And then the Google ads, and that's it. Just the shopping campaign, not search, but I am thinking of redoing that.
Yeah, okay. I think display ads would work well for you. So let's just do a couple of things. Have you got a community built for the brand? You got like a Facebook group or anything?
No.
Okay. Step 1 is build Hang on, I'll try and make this thicker. So we'll go this color, that'll do. Number one, this is free. I would build a Facebook community. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
So Facebook. Hopefully that works all right. The reason being, you kind of want to build a tribe around the brand, the people who use it, and they're just like, hey, I'm out at the beach, I'm out at an event, I'm out at a talking about what they're doing, like a big community, all the ladies that use it, a place for them to hang out. And it doesn't necessarily need to be like named after the brand. I mean, you guys are in my Shopify community, right? Because Shopify is a brand, but effectively you're in the community because you have problems with Shopify and we want to coach you to build ecom brands. You know, in the same token, I have a group called cryptocurrency traders, right? And it's just guys who hang out and talk about cryptocurrency. But it's just a place for people to go and talk about that thing, you know. There's dog groups, cat groups, fashion groups, blah, blah, blah. So you need to find a group of where all of your existing customers just want to hang out and add their friends to. Because, you know, over time you can, you know, put new products in there, talk about it, blah, blah, blah. So we've got a client from a brand called Pattern Emporium, and she sells digital dress patterns. So you go there and you buy a pattern and you go and do it yourself, right? But so she has a Facebook group, 40,000 people in it. And all the ladies in there going, hey, I made a dress with the pattern that I just purchased from the website, you know, and more people keep getting added to it. And then just grows and grows and grows. So I think every single ecom business, and you know, Dale, who's on this call, he can attest to this. He's got a Facebook group because he's one of our private clients. You know, he sells garden fertilizer products and so forth. But you know, he goes in his group, he posts about, hey guys, you should be doing this thing right now to help, you know, make your grass grow better, and people buy his product. So finding whatever that is will then also be able to be fed into everything else you're doing. So when it comes to doing, you know, so you start nailing a Facebook ad, and then you start fixing your meta ads. You go, you know, here's photos of all the ladies that are using our product at an event, at a this, at a that, blah, blah, blah. I think it would be a game changer for you if you can build that. So, I mean, that's what I would do from a meta ads perspective. I can't really see things like Google ads working right now. A, because there's not enough social proof on the website. B, it's a very competitive market. And I think it's more of it's a very top of funnel product that display ads would probably work better. You know, so you're browsing around YouTube or you're browsing around somewhere and you see a video of the product, you're like, shit, that looks really cool. Like, you know, and it's not a considered purchase, it's an impulse purchase. Because people largely go to Google for a very considered purchase. You know, I want a ride-on mower that is this size to cut this size grass, blah, 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 blah. You know, so it's a bit of it's probably not where I would go right now with your brand.
You got the visual appeal for Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
It's super Instagrammable.
Yeah. Next thing that I would build here is and I mean, so far all this stuff that I'm sharing with you is free, right? So I'm not even trying to sell you anything yet, but I might change the color of this so it's a bit darker. So there's a cool site called Hash Gifted. Hash Gifted is a influencer marketplace, so to speak. Not a marketplace, whatever it's called. But you go on there and you go, hey, I'm looking for 10 models, 20 models, and I want you to do a video on my product, and we get the video and you get the product, right? You vet them, they do it, you post it, you've got heaps of content. So we've got a brand inside our inner circle. Some of you may have heard about, they're called Nala, where Nala Monster brand, they're doing crushing it. Their whole strategy is built on that sort of strategy. You know, they did like $5 million in the last 30 days or 40 days or something, right? Literally find influencers, go, hey, can you do a video about the underwear and the bras and stuff that we sell? And that's their whole strategy. They take that and then they amplify the organic content into meta ads. So these guys are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars promoting the content that they've got from the influencers, and that's their strategy. Nothing complicated. So that's called Hash Gifted. Chris, is that you moving on?
Influencer marketing be massive for this?
Yeah, not do that. Where is it?
No.
Chris has got his cursor right where I'm trying to type. There we go. Hash Gifted. Have you got an email list at the moment?
Yes.
How big is it?
1,000 people. It's not very
That's pretty
big.
good for a
Oh,
year.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So what are you doing to kind of, have you got all your flows and everything set up?
Yes. So I've
Yeah,
got
okay.
the production flows and I run a few campaigns other than sales, then just do like a welcome for the new year, stuff from the founder, from me.
Yeah.
I have used hashtag gifted as well when I first started. I also used them over December. So I've got that.
Okay.
Yes, influencers,
Right.
content.
Yep.
So I feel like I've got all the content. It's now just a strategy of getting it out there.
Are you running your own meta ads?
Sorry.
Are you doing your own meta ads?
Sorry, one second. No, I actually have a guy that does it for me.
Okay. How much are you spending per month on meta ads?
It's not a lot. I think it's
Okay.
$1,500.
Yeah. It's probably the problem. They don't have enough money to test with at $1,500.
Yeah,
Really.
I think it was like 2,000. I think our limit was, and then I sort of went, let's see what. I only started with him. He's on trial, so we started in
Okay.
November. So we're at month 3, and yeah.
And it's not working.
My
Right,
daughter. I'm
obviously.
just going to text her. She's
Yeah. You getting much feedback about why it's working or why it's not working?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Are you getting much feedback about why it's working or it's not working or anything? Or it's kind of a bit in the dark? It's just like, just keep paying us, it'll work eventually. Where you're at with that?
No, I've changed pricing as well. I used to be $249. I've gone down to $199. So we've been looking at a whole lot of different things.
Yeah.
Sorry, my daughter's just. Can I just get? Sorry, I'm just going to text her saying, "Please come home," because
Yeah, no stress. All good.
and stay for dinner. Okay, please stay for dinner. Okay. Yeah.
If you
so
need to jump
feedback
onto, if you need to
is-
sort your daughter, don't stress. All good. We can jump on
Sorry.
all good.
One time where you go, can you give me half an hour? Mummy's working. Yeah, no, definitely he's come back with different sort of a lot of creative different ads, and we've just tweaked it now that the best content or the best reach that we've had and engagement is all through the influencers. So everybody that's been talking about it, and I've only really had that for the last month. So, I mean, yeah, I haven't really seen anything other than the last week where I've noticed the add to carts have really changed.
Yeah. So here ultimately is your big 3 problems is one, you've got like, it's a bit of a piecemeal approach, you know, bits of things happening over here and but like ultimately there is conversion issues on this website. So there's a lot of, I mean, you've done a real, like, you know, we see lots of websites on there and most of them are terrible. You've done a great job. I'll give you like a 8 out of 10 or something, right? Most people about a 3. That there is still there is still, that's good. Clap. There is still issues though on your homepage, your product page, your collection page. So there's conversion elements that are missing that would make a big difference. So if we look at that, you go, that's a problem. Then we've got how you're communicating about your brand, which is your brand messaging strategy. Definitely issues there. Like, so these 2 things need to be fixed before you can fix this last thing, because it's no use running ads and stuff at a website that it's not saying the right thing and it's not built to convert properly. And also if you don't have your kind of product pricing strategy set up as well, right? Like I use the analogy and some people love it, some people hate it, but you know, you're going out on a date and you're trying to find someone really nice. Like you want to go out and dress nice, obviously, and you want to go out and you want to talk good. So if you think about, you know, dressing nice, that's kind of your conversion strategy. And then talking nice is kind of your brand messaging strategy. So you do that, you come home with a better person, right? As opposed to if you go out wearing tracksuit pants and Crocs and you're drunk, it's not going to get a great outcome. So most people's websites are kind of in that state. Yours is kind of, you know, further along, but there's still work to be done definitely around those two bits. And then once you nail that, then you want to nail your digital strategy and go, what is it? Let's fix one channel, make one channel work and make, you know, maybe it's just meta ads and we'll go done. And then we'll do something else.
Yeah.
Vanessa's just getting attacked by a cat here. That was hilarious. See his cat tail walk across the screen. So, oh good. Does that make
No,
sense?
he was locked in the room, and I'm just reluctant to let him out. He's not normally up here.
He wants to learn about e-commerce businesses. There we go. Does that make sense, Wanda? With what we're
Yeah,
talking
it does.
Mm.
I guess I'm struggling with finding the right audience for Australia. I've had way more interest in the States. I actually
Yep.
went to New York Now to exhibit last year, and
wow.
I had such interest from retailers, but you know, Amazon and all that sort of thing. So I'm thinking that obviously I want to, yes, stay local, but ideally, I think my market is more international than Australia. I've had more resistance here than I have from over there.
Aussies are resistant to everything. They're like lazy, slow shoppers.
I know, and this is very different as well. You know, it's very niche. It's not, you know, Aussies are, and look, I was born here. But being European, I also go, I kind of see when I'm overseas with the brand, they sort of see it and go, yeah, okay, we can see this in Miami and LA. There are stores, you know, let's trial it over here. So it's very different here. It's very resistant. It's very this is a different side here. It's very, you know, more
We've got a client that we work with, and he sells watch boxes, and he sells them on Amazon, and he absolutely crushes international and Australia. And he's an Aussie guy in Australia, blah blah blah. But Australia is probably his smallest market.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So that can be very it can be very accurate for a lot of brands. Like some brands should just go international. Like James, you're on the call. Like you, James Cassat, like you can probably chime in here. You do well international, do you?
My product is totally an American product. I'm an American, and
there you go.
Product is an American product. Your product is an American product. I'm looking at it and I'm like, you should totally sell this. That's what I've been saying in the chat the whole time.
Oh, here I've just seen the chat. Oh,
yeah, it is totally it is a perfect, like, I think it's Miami, man. Like, even your website feels like Miami, you know?
Yeah, 100% agree with him. You know what I mean? Like, Australians can have Aussie-based businesses, but you don't have to sell to Australians. Like,
just make sure you get your taxes right. That's all.
Okay, you hook me up. Thanks.
All right. I hope that's been helpful. We might do this for somebody else as well, but there's definitely a lot of ways that we can help you. So I'll get Chris to drop you a message and we can kind of talk about how we help you. The offer that we're going to talk about at the end of this workshop, I don't know that it's applicable to you. So Chris, can you just organize to have a chat and we'll get that sorted? So
Thank you.
Sure.
Oh, good. Thanks for engaging with us. Been good. Who's next?
It's on Vanessa's website. Looks quite nice. She's one of the first people to send it through.
What's the link for that one?
We must have.
Where is it? I can't see it.
In the chat.
Yeah, but I mean, I've just written down a ton of notes from what you just said, so I kind of get me.
That's what everyone else is.
Everyone just copy paste.
Missing.
Everyone just screenshot this and then go make it happen.
Yeah, we're missing a heap of the imagery, and I can see we need to put in. We've got free shipping and Afterpay and Klarna, and there's a whole heap of stuff we need to actually call out more. We do some decent sales. We do a shit ton through Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and Facebook. But we don't have a community. We don't do any ads. So main thing for me was the same as where the last lady was at, was I want to get the website right first before you spend money bloody driving traffic to it. So, and we don't have enough wording, I'm guessing. So we're starting to update all of the descriptions and getting a little bit cuter with how we describe products and things. But
yeah,
we've
you need to let Wanda sell this thing. When they buy their beautiful makeup bag, you get this. Can you see my screen? Get one of these for free. Who doesn't want that to match their makeup bag? Same colors and everything.
That's our top seller.
Nailed it.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's very, I can scroll products for days. Doesn't have much of a brand as such. So,
and the challenge, and I guess this is where, for this one, my challenge is, so let's say that Cupid Moody shirt, we sell heaps of those, right? So we might sell 10,000 of those, $10,000 worth over a month.
Which one? This one?
If I promote it on Marketplace, just one shirt. But we have so many themes, and I'm always stuck with, how do I go more into, like, even trying to get traffic to the site on our Instagram things? We're just starting to take some photos and videos.
Yeah.
Or we can do any design, right? We can also do custom. So I'm trying to get into, I know who buys our product, and it's mainly, 35 to 40-year-old women, mums, bloody, coffee, too much coffee during the day, too much wine at night. They love all our wine sayings, they love all our coffee sayings. They're like,
Yeah.
kind of overworked, underpaid, but they love this shit, right? So, and we have repeat customers because then it's saying whatever they think is on their mood that time, or
Yeah, right.
Father's Day, Mother's Day, something for grandma, the matching shirts for the kids' birthday. So there's great audience,
Mm.
but it's
Can
always
I?
tricky.
I'm gonna cut. You seen what we did for? I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, by the way, Wanda. I keep saying it. Correct me if I'm wrong. But you see the way how we spoke about brand strategy, and you see how we spoke about conversion strategy and so forth.
Yeah.
Honestly, what you need to do at the moment is pull the pin and get the site done. Let me show you an example of a site that we built, and I'd literally go, just get us to build you a site like this. So you probably haven't heard of this brand. Other people have, kill a site, kill a brand. Like you can see, and why I'm showing you this is because all of the navigation, everything is set up properly. Like the user experience is very different to your user experience. So user experience means, what happens when I put my mouse on things and how are images presented and and this is here and the reviews and this is Tash. Tash runs and like she's an amazing eComm business owner, right? There's the reviews and blah 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 and what happens on the collection page and how and same thing, So I mean, we built this site for her. It took us like 6 weeks, turned it around. Like she crushes it. Like that's what you need.
Yeah.
Honestly, you go, just get us to fix your website. Right.
Yep.
And then the secondary thing is rebuilding how your entire navigation and what I call your category framework works. Because you can potentially have tons and tons of collections that are bringing in you a shitload of organic traffic for free all the time. So you might end up with like 50 or 60 of them, and you can scale that shit to the moon. Like, especially, you print this yourself?
Yeah, we make them all ourselves. But the other thing is, like we'll jump on trends really quickly, and we design a lot of them. So we're exclusive, and we offer free, and we're local, right? But we do a lot of custom gear too. So if they just want their names put on it or whatever, so that's really popular.
Okay.
Because
is this like
a lot of it's cheeky, right?
Not licensed or licensed sort of stuff, or
well, they're some is, some isn't, most isn't, some is.
Okay.
But I think you're definitely right. I need to get a category. So my challenge has been with Shopify trying to find bloody decent, like that website. I get where you're going. That's exactly what I want to be able to go. If it's boss and office and it's bloody, boss energy.
Well, that or this, right? So you go to the navigation, I'm like, oh shit, look at all the options that I've got.
I know, but for me, that's too messy. I like the other one, the visual one, better because we're a visual brand too, right?
Yeah, but here's your visual. Here's the visual. I mean, every website is different.
Yeah.
The reason you do this though is so that you get traffic from Google for these search phrases.
Yeah.
It's not because it looks pretty, because it looks shit.
Yep.
Right. However, people go, oh, 1 to 2-year-old kids' toys. So they rank 3 to 4-year-old kids' toys, like James might have like black sunglasses, pink sunglasses, green unicorn colored sunglasses, whatever the hell he wants to rank for, right? He can make a category and he ranks for it. Same sort of stuff you can do. That's why we do that. You can have shop by, like, you've got themes. You can also have shop by, like, not brand, but like character, Bluey t-shirts. Like
and that's the thing we need by the filtering, right? Because I haven't built enough collections to actually show everything anyway.
Yeah.
There's
So
heaps
honestly, that's the thing you need to fix, is like just get us to fix your website. So I think from a brand messaging perspective, Chris, jump in. There isn't any brand messaging whatsoever.
Yeah, it needs an overarching thing that tells me that this is for cool mums who want to wear their emotions on their sleeves or something. Like what there's an overarching. I can get it and I can figure it out, but I want you to tell me.
Yeah, I think
what they tell me, just so it's clear.
Because we don't, and so we've only just started Instagram. We're trying to get that messaging on there, but I agree with you completely. And it's always been tricky on how do we get that across? We know who our customers are. We've got a good database.
Yeah, I mean, like cheeky gear for awesome humans who run on caffeine and chaos. There's something cool in that. The trick again is to combine that with keywords that are searchable. So you kind of got a headline that's written in. I'm assuming also that that's probably all just an image.
Yeah.
Whereas you
Just
want
like a-
an H1 that's actually text.
Yeah.
That has, you know, cheeky gear for cheeky t-shirts, cheeky printed t-shirts, cheeky socks. Like, what's the thing? So I've actually got some SEO keywords combined with the cool slogan. That's kind of I guess the art and science of it's part cool, part boring in your sort of
Well, what's
H1 and
Tasha's,
H2.
like-
It's fun and functional.
Like Tasha's was something like embrace your weird or something. You know what I mean? So people land on there and they go, I love that. How cool is that? You know? And then there's a H2 and it ranks good. You know, again, like these guys have
Well, we should work with them anyway, right? I should collaborate with her.
probably, maybe. So
They do different product to us anyway, so it's
Mm.
there's no crossover.
yeah. But so much stuff that you guys could be doing. So
Yeah.
and I think that's what you should do. Fix the website. So
Yeah, sure.
super easy.
Okay.
What kind of revenue are you doing? Do you mind if I ask what you're doing at the
350
moment? Annual?
last year. Yeah.
Last year. What's your goal?
Oh, as much as we can. I've got much
350
larger
million.
businesses, but I have wholesale businesses into retail, right? So this one's one I'm building up for the kids. So it's sort of a side hustle for them to do after school. I've got 4 kids. So they make the stuff and they like taking the photos and everything and going down to the markets. But I just wanted to see e-commerce automated on the background. So ideally, if this was even if it was turning over $1 million, I'd be happy with this one because it's
Okay.
a small business to just be ticking over.
Small business for the kids to figure out what to do. Getting this business to $1 million a year is a piece of cake, honestly.
Yeah.
Here we go. Where does the sales currently come from?
Marketplace mainly. We haven't done anything with SEO, and I haven't bothered because I know the website needs work.
Yeah, exactly. So things you got to fix. What's your favorite color? Let's go pink again. Everyone's liking pink on this. There you go. That there. That was good. Whatever that is. I would refix your category. That didn't work. Anyway, try
We
again.
definitely need category help.
Got to refix the category structure completely because it just doesn't exist at the moment. Categories. Next would be, once you nail that, would be you need to do a brand communication strategy because you don't have one. So
We have a lot outside of it. It's just not on the website, right? So I'm very clear, and all that's documented. It's just what I'm missing is putting that onto the website.
Yeah,
the best way to go about that.
Yeah, this is what we do. This is what we do. This for people all day long. Brand strategy, category structure, rebuild the website. Doesn't need to be this far away. It can just be like right here. Website. Once you nail those things, and then I would just do Google Ads. Google Ads and SEO would be the way to go. Not SEO, sorry. Google Ads and Meta Ads. Meta Ads. And start small and just scale from there. I know that this type of brand works for those strategies because I'm already doing it for those type of brands. So the 5 things that you need to fix over the next 6 months is this, basically. Fix your website, do a brand strategy, fix your collection structure, and then just go nuts, basically. Email and everything will be easy. You don't need to do anything.
You want everything automated, right? As much as possible.
Well, this stuff, like our team do this stuff, our team do this one, Chris does this one, we build it, this one, you do. One thing in that, the rest, we do the rest, basically. So I'm not going to give you the full pitch on here. We'll do that after the call. But this is the same framework that every brand, I mean, like James is on this call, didn't go through this process with us, but he will attest to the fact that at some point he did a brand strategy and then he built a website and then he did a digital strategy and then he's run Meta Ads and Google Ads, right? Dale did go through the process with us. Justin's gone through the process with us. All the other brands go through it. So it's a very repeatable way to build an e-com business. So Wanda's kind of gone through it in, doing it herself, but just hasn't nailed it, right? So someone's joining. Who's this? Kwan's coming back. Has this been helpful so far?
Yes.
So cool. Is there anyone else you wanted to do this for Chris Filato today?
No, just for the
I think this offer at the end is going to be different because everyone needs a bit different than the one that you were talking about as well. So we'll see how we go with that.
Sure, I'd probably just sake of time, probably good to wrap it up.
Yeah, okay. All right.
I'm gonna have to jump off myself, guys. Thanks for that.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for hanging out.
Couple good sites tonight. Hopefully that was helpful. Catch you
cool.
next week.
Awesome. All right. Good. I will turn this off as well. So do you want to add anything at the moment, Chris?
No, I think that was pretty good. Honestly, like this is probably a good chance if anyone feels like they didn't quite grasp anything or any concepts that you want to just go over one more time. It's probably a good chance now before we'll start kind of like giving our final words and things. But guys, the chat's there. Make sure you use it. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks everyone for the kind words. Beautiful.
Yeah. I'll add quickly, right? So there's multiple ways that we can help you guys. I don't think what we were going to talk about at the end, the offer that Chris spoke about. So we've got what we call a high converting framework. Some of you probably seen us post about it in the Shopify group. We posted it in Black Friday. We sold like 40 of them in like 2 days. So that framework was a framework that people could come along. Our team copy and paste it over to your website, set it all up, you log in and change stuff, make it beautiful. It's the exact framework Dale uses, the exact framework Justin's using, exact framework like 100 other brands are using. I don't think you guys need that. You guys are on the call probably need a bit more specific help to just fix your websites properly, right? However, the second part of what we're going to talk about is we've got a community called the eComm Circle. So eComm Circle is basically a private community of really good, successful brands doing anywhere from no revenue to like $1 million a week in revenue in there. We have 2 programs that we've got. We've got our inner circle, which is basically for people that are going fast and they want to go faster. So I'll talk about that briefly, but the process for someone who joins the inner circle, and honestly, like for you, Vanessa, perfect for you. You come first month, we fix your brand strategy. Second month, we fix your website. Third month, we fix your digital strategy. Then we start helping you with your meta ads and your Google ads, and you're like, cool, let's make it happen. You got a private channel, we do it all, it goes amazing. Probably the similar thing for you, Wonder, as well. It may be a bit early for you to join that. So that's why we have what we call our community program. So community program basically is you get to hang around people in the inner circle. Dale is actually in our inner circle. So we do 6 calls a week. So you get to go and jump on a Google ads call, a meta ads call, SEO, conversion rate call, brand messaging call, right? So there's 2 calls a day. There's a big mastermind call every Tuesday. So inner circle people get on there and ask questions, and those of you that are small go, I didn't know how, that's a great question that they asked. Now I can apply that, right? And then for those of you that I do invite to join our inner circle, you get your own private channel. Like Dale has his own private channel. He asks questions. He goes, what should I do next? But there's a clear distinction between how fast you want to go, right? So I think just going around the room here, and I'm sorry that I didn't get to all of you. Either way, everybody on the call, if you want to hang around really, really good brands and you want to see what people are doing at fast-paced, e-com brands, the community program is an absolute bargain. It's $100 a week. Join, stay, leave whenever you want, blah, blah, blah. Inner circle, we can talk about privately on a one-to-one call how that works, and the same for people who also just need a website. So some of you go, you know what, just need a website. That's fine. We can talk to you about how that works. Anyone who wants some further information around that, Chris is going to drop a link to the calendar. He's already dropped the link, sorry, to the to our actual coaching calendar.
Yeah.
Again, the way the coaching calendar works, it's on Zoom. If you're free, jump onto the call, come and ask questions. So it's just like this, right? Except every day. So the reason we do this, and I'm going to refer to the beautiful script that Chris wrote me, I was going to try and talk about, but basically it's the shortcuts, right? So rather than going to YouTube, rather than trying to figure it out yourself, rather than working with agencies and blowing your money and spending shitloads of money on websites that never convert, I've seen that nod, James, right? Takes a very long time and you can waste years of your life trying to figure this shit out. Whereas we figured it out, and the stuff that we teach is the stuff that we're sharing with brands that are using this every day, right? So we go, do this, we know that it works. I've done it for 20 years, I've built hundreds of brands, and it's a super repeatable process. So even I had a few other things. So when you join, if for those of you that go, probably a bit early for the brand, for the inner circle, you get heaps of stuff as well, right? So you get access to our brand messaging course, so that's included. You get this, and that's you go through video training with Chris McQueen, who was on the call. Guarantee everyone who goes through that, you learn amazing stuff. Then you get a conversion rate course. So for someone like yourself, Wanda, you just grab the course and you go, here's the checklist. Oh shit, I'm missing 60 things. I'll go add them. It's going to make your website convert better. Then you got a meta ads course as well. Go through that and you go, great, now how to do meta ads now. Now, just trying to explain clearly again how that would work. So someone may join the community program, right? And they go, cool, I kind of understand how meta ads works now, but I don't want to do it. So that's when you would start looking at joining our inner circle program, because you get a private channel and you go, hey, I've been to all the coaching calls with the guy that teaches SEO and Pro and Meta, and they're all different people. And you go, can they run it for me? So for a brand like yours, Vanessa, they just go, can Lockie just run my ads for me, you know? And then can you teach me how to do all this better? So as you need the next thing, we help you do the next thing, right? So because it's very broken out there in agency land at the moment, where agencies are out here going, you know, yeah, give me 10 grand a month for ads. And then you've got a web developer going, you know, it's 20 grand for a website or 10 grand for more. And someone else is doing your brand strategy. And then none of them talk to each other. And that's why I've built what I've built, so that it all comes together and it just works much more cohesively, right? And it's, again, like I said, works for every brand that we work with, and you know, it's very, very proven. So do you want to add anything to that, Chris? That
well,
I've probably
I just see Leroy saying he's just overwhelmed by it all, and part of why we do the e-commerce circle is to help people overcome the overwhelm. So really, the problem with overwhelm, why people feel overwhelmed, is because you get into something where you don't know the questions to ask, you don't know what's wrong, what's right. And this is why people spend years and a lot of money trying to figure it out themselves, because you don't have a clear pathway. So what we do when we come here is we focus on these foundational things, like your conversion rate, like your branding, like your digital strategy, and we help people to kind of plan out their actions on what they need to focus on in the business to get the most return. So that's kind of how we run the e-commerce circle. You come to these coaching calls and you get a lot of feedback and a lot of guidance on what your next best steps should be. So what I've done, because obviously it's not the easiest thing to understand sometimes, I've dropped the link to the e-commerce circle. You can see in the chat. Go check it out in your own time. Have a bit of a feel for what it is. But what I'm also doing is I'm booking a link here, because I do think that a lot of people here probably need specific help that's a little different. So I'm booking I'm leaving a booking link here, so you can just book a time to just jump on with myself and Paul. I'll give you a quick buzz, just get a bit of information about yourself and the business, and it's just purely a strategy call at that point to see how we can actually help you with those things. So if you'd like to talk with us personally about doing that stuff, by all means use that link. If you want to check out the e-commerce circle a bit more, learn more about the community, go to the link above. Otherwise, that's all I got.
Yeah, I'll show one more thing as well. So one thing that we do for inner circle members is we do what's called a scorecard. So this amazing document that Chris Big Mo invented. So we break out your businesses into 10 P's, right? So product and prospects and profitability and your customers and promotion and your platform, and it goes on and on and on. Why we do this, again, for anybody on this call, is so that we go, hey, this is the rating that you've got at the moment, especially for someone like yourself, Vanessa. I go, this is where you're at right now. And if you're going to get the kids to do stuff, I don't know how old your children are and so forth, but you go, hey guys, I want you to work on, these 4 things over the next 6 months, because the goal needs to be, how do you get everything to 10? So rather than being crazy overwhelmed, like if someone joins our inner circle program, I do this with one-to-one with them. And then we get to here and we go, all right, here's your projects that you got to work on for the next 2 months, right? So that's project. So go do your scorecard, go do a pro order, go do a digital strategy. Then the next thing is like, here's a process that we're going to work on. And I've removed the stuff in here just to keep it a bit, more confidential, but we go, a process point of view will be, I need to get my site's speed to 90% or something, or I need to get my product collection done. So you go, great, we're going to do that. That's what you're doing for the next 3 months. This is who's responsible. Start it, end it. Got any comments? Did we finish it? So then every 90 days we come back and go, okay, like is this looking better than it did look? So like James said, if you don't know the health of your business, you don't know what's going on. Because most people, clearly this is a circle. Most people spin around in circle going from this to this to this to that to that. And some things improve, some things go back, some things improve. So everything we do, it's very safe, it's very sustainable, and it's very scalable, and it's very repeatable, right? So again, people in a circle get this for free. You guys can actually, I'm releasing a course on this as well. So it's like a 2-hour course, and you can buy this thing. It's $500. I can drop a link. You can just go and buy it. And it teaches you how to do it. Obviously, it's not going to be as good as getting on a call with me and doing it one-to-one. And I'll go, hey, here's my 20 years of experience doing this, and you should do these things in this order. But $500, it's nothing, right? You can just go buy it and, off you go. Even for people who join the community program, we still reference this all the time. So like, what are you working on for the next quarter? So go back to your scorecard, and then example would be, so if we're in the promotion tab, say someone goes, oh, Paul, I'm doing meta ads and I'm going to the coaching call and my meta ads are now at 3. You go, okay, that's pretty shit. You go, but give yourself a 3 rating. Oh, hang on, what did I do there? So meta ads. So it's out of 3. So I go, great. One of the processes then that whoever, Chris is going to work on over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks, is he's going to work on his meta ads. He's trying to get it to 5, right? So you go, great, do that. Here's the meta ads call. It's on every Wednesday. It's always from the same coach. The same coach actually gets to know your brand, right? And then over time, what will happen? That happens all the time. Lockie's like, I can see that you're at a 5 now, but going to take you quite a while to get as good as he is. Why don't you get me to do it? You go, it's going to cost you this much money. I'll run your ads for you. You go fix other problems. So you can see how you start here, you learn stuff, you get help, you go fix other things. Right?
Probably the
Rather
other
than
thing to add, Paul,
Yep.
is with the inner circle stuff as well, is the time that you get to spend on working with your finances to make sure everything you're doing is profitable, because no point selling products if you're not profitable, and then you can work out if you actually can spend the money on the advertising properly to scale the business.
100%. Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really handy within the circle stuff.
We mentioned that one of the slides, right? Let's have a guess here. Who do you think, as you guys grow an eComm business, who gets paid the most? Who's your most highly paid employee in your business as you grow your business? Anyone want to have a guess?
Me.
That's not you, mate. It's the ATO. It's the ATO. They want their GST, they want their KYG, they want their IAS, and they want their super. So exactly like
ATO, Meta, and Google.
ATO, Meta, and Google. They take the most of the money. So it's important as you grow profitably. So again, like we go, hey, you actually make, you're buying your products for 50 cents and you're selling it for like, $3. Great. So these are what we want to. This is how we help people as well. The last thing we want to go, yeah, great, you've got $1 million business and you're not making any money. What's the point? You're working like a lunatic, and you're not keeping any. So, is this making sense, everybody?
Yep.
So, and obviously, again, the reason we go, community, $100 a week. If you don't have $100 a week to grow an eComm brand, you should probably go get a job. But it gets you, we do it that cheap because we want people to get good exposure to good people. Obviously, we've got to charge something because it costs me a lot of money to do it. And then when you guys are ready, you go, I want to join the inner circle. Oh, I just want a website, or I just want a brand strategy, or I just want something else. You can buy what you need. But we're always trying to sell you the next thing that you need, and the thing that we know that's going to work for you, as opposed to like most of the communities out there. And you've probably heard of many of the communities out there. You go there and they teach everybody the same thing, and everybody learning the same shit does not work. Or they teach you the thing that they make lots of money on, right? And doesn't work for you. Or they teach you should do drop shipping, or you should do blah, 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 Whereas this is very holistic. So, anyway, I hope that makes sense. Again, just jump on a call with Chris and we'll figure out the best path for you guys and kind of go from there, I guess. So
awesome. I'll leave that link one more time for you guys. So anyone who wants to catch up with us and we'll talk strategy, there's your link. Make sure to book in a time. They do kind of book out pretty quickly, so make sure you get in there. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining in, guys. We had interactive audiences. It's always way better. So I appreciate all of you.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Cheers.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks for jumping on, Dale and James and so forth as well, and Justin and everybody. See you at the next one. Bye.
Thanks, guys. Yeah.